Next question is, no one can be compelled to sing the national anthem since. First option is, it will violate the right to free speech and expression. Second is, it will be violative of the right to freedom of conscience, practice, free profess and propagation of religion. Next is, the third statement is, there is no legal provision obliging anyone to sing the national anthem. So all the options are correct, and so the correct answer will be option C, that is 1, 2 and 3 are correct. So you should remember that though Constitution provides national anthem, and it is under part 4A, article 51A. It is the duty of the citizen to show respect to national anthem and stand up whenever the national anthem is played, and under national anthem code to show respect and to stand up whenever national anthem is played has been obliged, but there is no legal provision, there is no legal backing that obliges anyone to sing national anthem. And if there is no legal provision to oblige anyone to sing a national anthem, then if someone is forced to sing a national anthem, then it will be violative of the right to freedom of conscience and right to free speech and expression. But it does not mean that one should not show respect to national anthem, because showing respect is the fundamental duty under part 4A, article 51A of Indian Constitution. So the answer is 1, 2 and 3 are correct. Now next question. Next question is, given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion A and another as reason R. So assertion has been given. Assertion is, the word minority is not defined in the Constitution of India. The reason is, the Minorities Commission is not a constitutional body. Both the statements, both the assertion and the reason are correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of A, because yes, in the Constitution of India, minority term has not been defined, though Constitution of India recognizes both two types of minorities, religious minorities and linguistic minorities, but it does not define the term minority. And second, though the Constitution recognizes minorities, but the Minority Commission up to the present is not a constitutional body, non-constitutional body. So Minority Commission is not a constitutional body up to now. But the reason does not clearly you can say explains or does not correctly explain the assertion. So both the are correct, but R is not a correct explanation of A. Both are true, but R is not correct explanation of A. The answer will be option B. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, which of the following countries has evolved more or less two-party system? So we know that in India we have multi-party system. There are multiple political parties, multi-party system. While in USA there is a two-party system, more or less two-party system. So options are Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan and Myanmar. The correct answer will be Bangladesh, because in Bangladesh, if we talk about in recent times, we find that only two major parties are dominating. That is, one is Bangladesh Nationalist Party headed by Khalida Zia, and one is the other is Awami League. Awami League headed by Sheikh Hasina, the current Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. So these are the two parties, and more or less Bangladesh has become two-party system over a period of time, because only these two parties are dominating the whole election at the state and the central at both the levels. While in India, in Sri Lanka we have different multi-party system. In Pakistan also we have multi-party system. In Myanmar also we have multi-party system. While Bangladesh, our neighbor, has evolved more or less two-party system. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, which one of the following was not proposed by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992? So recently in one of the questions we discussed 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Based on that, let's see the options. Statement A is 33% seats in all elected rural local bodies will be reserved for women candidates. So 33% seats, yes, it is correct. Why it is correct? Because not less than 1/3 of the seats will be reserved for women in rural local bodies. So this is correct. Second statement is, the states will constitute the State Finance Commission to allocate resources to Panchayati Raj institutions. This is also correct, because for financial devolution to these local bodies or local governments, 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act both provide for State Finance Commission for financial devolution to these rural local self-government and urban local bodies. Then third is, the Panchayati Raj functionaries will be disqualified to hold office if they have more than 2 children. This is not correct. Why? Because the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act do not provide that any Panchayati Raj functionary who has more than 2 children shall be disqualified. Though we had a news that Haryana and some of the states in India were trying to fix such a criteria for Panchayati Raj setup, but 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act does not provide this. Next are, the elections will be held within 6 months if Panchayati Raj bodies are suspended or dissolved by the state government. This is also correct. So based on that, the answer will be option C, that is C is not correct. C is not correct because it is asking not proposed. So C is not correct. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, which one of the following states of India passed a legislation in 1996 making maintenance of one's parent mandatory? The options are Kerala, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh. The correct answer will be Himachal Pradesh. So no need to go into detail because this is self-explanatory question. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, proportional representation is not necessary in a country where. So we know that in election to Rajya Sabha and in election to the President and the Vice President of India, in India we follow single transferable vote based on proportional representation. Proportional representation, where the winning candidate always returns with an absolute majority. The winning candidate always returns with absolute majority. So it is asking proportional representation is not necessary in statements are where there are no reserved constituency. Second, a two-party system has developed. Third, the first past the post system is prevalent, and there is a fusion of presidential and parliamentary forms of government. So the answer to this question will be where two-party system has developed. So proportional representation is not necessary where two-party system has developed, because in those countries people they decide and they select one party as a choice. They develop a choice of one party, one or the other party over a period of time. So proportional representation is not necessary in a country where two-party system has developed. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, the Prime Minister of which one of the following country is chosen by the ruling prince from a slate? So this is just a factual question and this is just an old question. The answer is Saint Maurice. Next question is, state funding of election takes place in. The correct answer will be, the answer to this question will be Germany and Austria. In Germany and Austria, state funding of election takes place. While in India also, there were various committees that recommended for state funding of elections. And we have discussed about those committees in some of the previous questions. So this is the thing. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, the concept of public interest litigation originated in. The answer to this question will be the UK. So in the UK, the public interest litigation, the concept of public interest litigation has started. Next question. If the Prime Minister of India belongs to the upper house of the Parliament, then we have discussed this question. So let me give just answer. He will not be able to vote in his favor in the event of no confidence motion. He will not be able to speak on the budget in the lower house, and he can make a statement only in the upper house. He has to become a member of lower house within 6 months after being sworn in as the Prime Minister. The correct answer will be option A, that is, Prime Minister, though he may be member of upper house also, but in the case of being member of upper house, he can do all these things. Just he has no right to vote in the Lok Sabha. He will not have right to vote in Lok Sabha in his favor, in the event of no confidence motion or confidence motion. So all these motions. The correct answer will be A. Now let's talk about the next question. The next question is, given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion and another as reason. So assertion has been given. Assertion is, the reservation of 33% of seats for women in Parliament and the state legislature does not require constitutional amendment. The reason is, the political parties contesting election can allocate 33% of seats they contest to women candidates without any constitutional amendment. So both are individually correct, but second is not the correct explanation of A. Both are individually true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So the answer will be B. Yes, we know that from the the assertion A is not correct because it is saying does not require. We know that since 2008 itself, reservation for women in Parliament and state legislature bill has been pending in the Parliament. So it requires constitutional amendment to provide for reservation to women in Parliament and state legislature. So first is not correct, while second is correct. The reason is correct. So the answer will be A is false while R is true. So the answer will be D, that is A is false while R is true, because the reservation for women in the Parliament and state legislature requires constitutional amendment, because it says does not require. So it requires Constitutional Amendment Act, Constitutional Amendment Bill, Constitutional Amendment, because since 2008 itself, the bill to provide for reservation to women in Parliament and state legislature has been pending in Parliament. While yes, it is correct that political parties without reservation even they can give more than 33% of seats they can allocate for women candidates. There is no bar on that. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is, this is a statement.